everyone, TimaeuSS, and welcome to another AFK Journey video. This time I'm going to take a look at the PvP tier list, and of course PvP is a well-focused game, okay? Let me tell you that. In the beginning, it's going to be very well-focused because you are not going to have the copies needed to unlock the mythic plus weapons or the supreme plus skills for the characters in the beginning. It's just not going to happen. However, as you build and progress through the mid to late game, you need to think about, am I going to focus on PvP, or is this a mode I'm going to completely ignore and just use power advantages, combat power advantages to beat my opponent? Now, if you're interested in PvP and want to take a look at how you can plan for the future, then this video is for you. And don't forget, guys, there is going to be pretty much 4,000 gems available for you to exchange using the 24 codes available down below. So please redeem those codes, don't miss out. Now back to this. So taking a look at, of course, my guildies, they're sitting at 1, 2, and 3 in the arena. This is the champions arena basically, and they're good to see Scarlita doing well. And for us, you know what, we're running a control comp on offense and a defensive comp on defense. So taking a look at the current setup, myself included, this is of course what I love to run, okay? And these are really strong PvP units. Of course, I'll go over the tier list like I've said in a bit, but I'll explain my choices just very briefly here with Thoran, Lincoln, Caroline, and then of course we've got the maxed Eironn just CCing everyone. I'll have an Eironn build video as well, and then swapping Arden to the back. I can probably do this and it would even work better this way, so might as well do that. And then of course linking these units is going to be fantastic. So this is the build currently, and this is what I like to run. You can see here it does look very good because, you know, you start off with the CCing everyone, and then you teleport in with the shielded Eironn to control everything in the back, drawing the enemy's targeting focus. And ooh, there's Vela coming out to destroy Reiner in one shot. This is what I mean by Vela is super strong in the end game, especially if you have multiple copies. If you're Whale, look at that, she just zips around. But look at this massive Eironn ultimate coming out and getting everyone in range. But too bad Arden and Caroline down, and I don't have the damage, unfortunately. Their team comp is just way too strong. So yes, this is my build at the current moment. You can see there is, of course, some downside involved. The Vela killing off all the backlines is just way too powerful, unfortunately. But let's take a look at the tier list and if this reflects what we have seen. Like I've said, in the S+ tier list, we have Eironn, we have Carolina, and we have Thoran. So this is for most of the free-to-play players a very strong combo. What you do is you've got the 2 Graveborn, and you can add a 3rd Reinier, for example, to get the triple Graveborn 3+2 bonus, and then you run Eironn just to bunch everyone up together. And that's how you build your PvP offense. And they're super strong because Eironn at Mythic Plus allows him to ult in the beginning, so everyone will be clumped up together. And because they're CC'd, Carolina will do bonus damage, and Thoran, of course, is there to tank everything. So those are the S+ tiers, and Reinier is just a very strong utility that is used pretty much in other game modes as well. Otherwise, if you're truly a Mega Whale that is looking to pull on the Stargazing Station, and you're looking to get your first M+ or Supreme Plus unit, you could consider Scarlita. Scarlita at Supreme Plus is honestly one of the strongest units. She is so damn broken. Just take a look at her skills. She slashes the ground, creating a 3-tile rock wave. This is an AoE damage basically, and this is the ultimate. It just does so much, and she also stuns while she's doing that. Her other skills allows her to blink to the back line and hunt units in the back. It's basically the light and darkness version of Vela, and she also gains shield as well. So super strong. And once she reaches Mythic Plus, this is where things change, okay? So she deals full true damage if there are at least 4 surviving allies other than herself, and she also, when knocking the enemy non-boss enemies with HP lower than percentage of the attack and HP ratio out of the total amount in the battlefield, then the enemy gets sent right out of combat, just literally slapped out of the arena. This is super strong, especially in a PvP setting. She just slaps the person and this person is gone. And last but not least, the Supreme Plus, she also increases an allies' physical defense and magical defense, basically making everyone more tanky. So overall, she's definitely a unit that you could consider looking into, especially if you are more focused on PvP. She will technically get more mileage. And one of the mega whale comps is, again, like I said, Thoran, Link, and Carolina, Eironn, and then Reinier and Scarlita is one of the viable options as well. But for the free-to-play players, we usually go for the Graveborn duo. And instead of Eironn, if you don't have Mythic Plus, you would go for Cecia. But for the other supports that are in S plus tier, Aldi is super good with the one-shot potential, and then is able to do a ton of damage as well. Followed by Damien, who is going to provide haste for the team and allowing your team to get off your ultimate earlier than the enemy. And Rowan, just overall fantastic support that is able to heal and provide energy for the team as well. So that's pretty much the S plus tiers. You can check out the guide on Pridewin for the S tier list unit. I just want to draw your attention to Huon, which is really good AoE map-wide healing, and Igor, who at super high copies and in late game PvP defense will basically decimate as you'll jump around the gravestones and never die. So a couple of things that you should note. And looking at the Analytica PvP tier list, they also put the two Light and Darkness, Scarlita and Daniel at the top. So again, this is based on, Mega Whales able to go M+, at the very minimum M+, if not Supreme+. And we've got the other Burial, Reinier, Vela. They're all known on tier list as well. Eironn, Thoran, and Damien. The one that is different is the Burial. If you look at the Burial wasn't ranked that high for the Pride one, but here we can see that Burial is an assassin that goes to the isolated enemies, single target focus, and super good against basically formations that have your backliners in the awkward position. So this is the tier list, the breakdown for PvP in terms of AFK Journey. Let me know your thoughts, and don't forget, guys, to redeem all 24 codes. That is about 4,000 gems. Don't waste them. Definitely do not waste them. And hopefully you will be able to build a team that is going to do really well in PvP, because don't worry too much in the beginning if you're unable to beat other players, just because you don't have the copies to make the Mythic Plus skill to unlock it, or if you don't have the copies to go Supreme Plus. It's fine. It's a marathon, not a race. It's an idle game, and you will be able to get those copies later on, either through the various shops. And for those of you guys that are looking to exchange some of the units, OD is of course from the Dream Realm shop, and then the guild will allow you to either go for Reinier or Scarlita, and an arena instantly is Cecia. So a lot of people do go for Cecia early on, and doing decently in arena allows you to get that. Everyone else is a bit harder to come by. We talk about not being able to get Thoran copies in the Thoran video, and Smokey, they're not available, and even so Eironn is not available, so getting him to Mythic Plus is tough. And the last but not least, Damien, the hasted unit, will be available for exchange in Dream, so you can get that as well. But otherwise, just have fun and take it easy and slow at the same time. Hopefully your server is not as competitive. I'm showcasing this on the server 1, which is the Omega Leviathan server. So yeah, hopefully your server isn't as intense. And it's Mice here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye now.